So, welcome learners. Now we will study about the merits and demerits of problem centered curriculum. What we have studied? The historical development of problem centered curriculum, specific features of problem centered curriculum, and teaching strategies for problem centered curriculum. Now we will study about the merits of problem centered curriculum and demerits of problem centered curriculum. So dear learners, I have already told the merits of this problem centered curriculum, but just to summarize and just to make it more clarify, I would like to again going through the same kind of merits and of this problem centered curriculum. See this merits of problem centered curriculum. The problem centered curriculum offers several advantages that make it a valuable approach to education. First, it encourages critical thinking and problem solving. Critical thinking, I told you, think on the problem in a way, what are the positive points, what are the negative points, and make a kind of appraisal that it is good for us due to this reason, it is not good for us due to these reasons. So, it is a kind of critical appraisal. So, students through the engagement with real world problems develop their analytical and critical thinking abilities. So, the problem centered curriculum is helpful for the students as it encourages the critical thinking of the students by passing through the analysis of a whole situation and passing through the situation that what are the positive points, what are the negative points, what is needed, what is not needed. So, in that way a critical appraisal is prepared by the students. So, when the students are going through this kind of situation where critical thinking is required, so my dear learners, it is very good problem centered curriculum that develops a kind of critical faculty, a kind of critical mental abilities among the students that is very essential for today's learning. Because without justification, without reasoning, the learning will be waste and it will be like a rote memory. So, whatever you are learning, whatever you are trying to learn, you always try to understand by your own views and try to add and try to understand the particular learning instead of going through it learn by heart. So, encourages critical thinking and problem solving. Students through the engagement with real world problems develop their analytical and critical thinking abilities in this kind of problem centered curriculum. They acquire the ability to analyze information, identify solutions and make informed decisions. So, when they are acting and when they are having any kind of problem, they try to analyze the reasons of that particular problem. They try to analyze the real situation and they also collect certain kind of information by passing through these all processes and take the decisions that what is right and what is wrong, what is added, what is deleted. So, this kind of abilities, if the problem centered curriculum is able to develop among the learners. So, this kind of curriculum is helpful for encouraging critical thinking and problem solving ability of the students. Promotes engagement and motivation. I already told you that the teamwork is here, students remain busy In doing the work, they are wholeheartedly involved in the learning process. Their participation is compulsory, and without their engagement, it is not possible to find out the solution of any problem. So, the real world relevance captures students' interest, making learning more meaningful and enjoyable. Students are said to be more intrinsically motivated when they can relate their experiences to the real life situation. So, this promotes engagement and motivation also, because it provides and the kind of students focus, student centered strategies. So, students participation is main important in this kind of problem centered curriculum. There is engagement of the students, and the students are intrinsically motivated, that they themselves are motivated. No one is there to say that you go there, but they are very much involved in the kind of life situation, that what are the reason of this, why did I find this, and why I could not be able to find this kind of situation that I heard somewhere, that I read somewhere. So, these all kind of curiosity that make a learner a kind of innovative mentality and a kind of creative faculties encourages. So, dear learners, this engagement and the participation of learners makes them motivated to find out the solution of these all particular problems. So, identification of problems, and after that passing through all kind of strategies and finding a kind of solution, these all the specific feature of this kind of problem centered curriculum, and that is the merit of that problem centered curriculum. Develop collaboration and teamwork. I already told that they all work in team members, and these all team members are responsible to identify the problems, they provide a kind of solution, they test this solution, they collect the data, they interpret the data, and on the basis of data collection, they interpret the situation, the reasons of that particular problems. So, teamwork also create a kind of mutual respect to each other, and collaborative kind of learning, that is one is doing this task and another is doing this task, and collaborate each task to each other. So, this kind of collaborative and teamwork feelings are also here. Therefore, the students enjoy, students having a certain kind of pleasure, enthusiasm. So, this problem centered curriculum is really provide a platform to the students to work altogether enthusiastically and to do something new out of the box. Enhances transfer of knowledge. Interdisciplinary curriculum therefore ensures that the knowledge is not confined to syllabus, but it is transferable across context. So, segregated or the segmental kind of knowledge is not here. There is a kind of knowledge that is connected with each other. So, when we follow the interdisciplinary approach here, our learner is able to understand the other discipline also, and they having another kind of style, learning style, joining one subject to another. So, in that way we encourages transfer of knowledge of one subject to the another, and joining this compound knowledge and understanding, that how we are studying the social science, how we are having a kind of this English literature, English poem, English drama. So, these all are joining all together, and this is an interdisciplinary kind of approach that encourages the students to learn in that way, that what is the importance of all the subjects in the curriculum. prepares students for the future. Curriculum equips 21st century skills for learners in adaptability, creativity and digital literacy. So, the 21st century skills that we are talking about this, dear learners, this problem-centered curriculum is also helpful to develop this 21st century skills among the students, that is communication, that is collaboration, that is communication and that is collaboration and a kind of community leadership and another kind of skills and critical thinkers, that all kind of characteristics and all kind of skills that says about the 21st century skills also having a kind of great importance in this problem centered curriculum. So, the curriculum centered, this problem centered curriculum equips the student with the 21st century skills because there is a place of innovation, there is a place of communication, there is a place of collaboration, there is a place of teamwork, there is place of adaptability, there is place of creativity and also digital literacy, because integration of technology is also one of the specific feature of this problem centered curriculum. So, it equips the learner to face modern issues and become skilled for different careers. Next is builds social and environmental awareness. This is a feeling of responsibility and civic involvement when teaching societal and global issues. So, social and environmental awareness is also can be enhanced by this problem centered curriculum by involving all the learners and by involving and the participation of the learner, they have a kind of social awareness that what kind of problems are there that the society members are facing and why it is essential to solve these problems on urgent basis and what are the solution of these particular problems. They suggest, they recommend and the society having this kind of solutions and try to solve that particular problems. So, this kind of social and environmental awareness can also be developed among the students by passing through this problem centered curriculum. Students become highly sensitive about environmental, cultural and ethical issues because reading through the problem in a book is quite different to the problem that presented to the students in real form. When they go to the real situation, when they go to the field to collect the data, to collect the information and to know that what are the reason of that particular problem. So, it is really a kind of learning that sensitize our students that what are the problems that existing in society, what is its intensity and what kind of hazards may be here due to this particular problem. And young minds are always remain curious to know the reasons, to justify the phenomena. So, these all kind of sensitization, these all kind of curiosity can be developed among the young minds and among the students, those who are studying in higher education institutions. So, environmental, cultural, if there is any cultural lag, if there is any kind of disappearing of cultural values, these all be enhanced by this problem centered curriculum by making projects just to know, just to identify the reason and just to identify the obstacles in the path of development of proper cultural development and another kind of values that is going to disappear, and when teaching societal and global issues and ethical issues also. So, ethical issues, for cultural issues, for environmental issues, these all can be solved by the problem centered curriculum, by sending the students to the field and by encouraging them to identify the reasons of that particular problem and try to understand how can we solve this problem. Supports lifelong learning. It highlights an inquiry and the self-driven approach of learning, which is the type of curiosity to know even beyond the class. So, lifelong learning is also be promoted with the help of problem-centered curriculum, and we can encourage that how the kind of learning that is always helpful for the students. So, in what way it should be imparted that remains in the mind for the long duration. So, long term memory can also be developed through this lifelong learning and through this problem centered curriculum. So, now we come to the demerits of problem centered curriculum. Dear learners, though the problem solving, this problem centered curriculum is very helpful to develop the problem solving skills, creativity, innovation and another kind of qualities among the learners, but apart from this all, there are certain demerits of this problem centered curriculum. What are these? Number one, resource intensive. Developing and using problem based courses is very resource intensive, such as time, material and qualified teachers. Just imagine, if you are sending the students to the field and you are saying that you have to identify the causes of that particular phenomena, try to collect the data and come to the class with all kind of evidences. Is it possible that the students are doing work without any guidance? Or is it possible that the students are doing work without any resources? Is it possible to carry on the work without any kind of particular qualified teachers and the kind of resources? The answer is no. So, we need resources for that. At least the students are going to the field, there should be a transportation facilities. If the students are going there to collect the data, there should be a kind of devices through which they can collect the data. They are interpreting the data, they are analyzing the data, there should be a certain kind of devices through which they can collect and they can interpret. So, the statistical devices and a kind of softwares are also needed to interpret this kind of large data. And apart from this, if the teachers are not equipped with this kind of skills, how they be able to guide the students? In teacher training program, we emphasize theoretical papers, philosophical education and the kind of sociological foundation of education, psychological foundation of education, and apart from this they are also studying the teaching methods and they go to the school for the internship and they have to fulfill the X number of lessons just to fulfill the requirement of this particular course. So, how possible to develop this kind of skills, that is problem solving skills? They must be trained by providing certain projects that how to solve this problem. So, this problem solving skills are not giving the adequate space in teachers training program. So, how possible that our teachers would be expert in transacting this kind of curriculum? This is the main obstacle in implementing and transacting this kind of problem centered curriculum. Dear learners, no doubt that students are having a kind of enjoyable platform through this problem centered curriculum, but the resources, lack of resources, not equipped teachers, and without considering the time, how long the project is likely to be completed, and without considering the material that is needed to solve the problem. So, these all need a special kind of attention by the school authorities or by the educational institutions. That is not giving the place in education institution when we launched any academic program in the institution. So, ultimately there is failure that how is possible to complete this kind of projects and this kind of problems. So, problems centered curriculum is really develops a lot of qualities, but on the other side there is also this kind of obstacles that creates hindrances in transacting this curriculum. Schools may experience difficulties in providing the facilities and resources required for practical inquiry based learning. Teacher preparedness. Many teachers are not really well trained in this problem centered approach. Dear learners, I already told that the teacher training program is not based on developing the problem centered skills and a kind of transaction of this problem centered curriculum. It is a global perspective that they consider the theoretical paper along with the practical papers, that is teaching practice, and all the course requirement is essential to impart in the training colleges. So, this is not giving the greater place that how to develop the problem solving skills among the trainees. So, ultimately the teachers, those who are not equipped with this problem solving skills, they are unable to transact or to implement this curriculum. This change from teacher centered training to a facilitator involves training periods and continuous support. So, teacher here act as a facilitator, act as a motivator, but his role should be defined in this problem centered curriculum, and a kind of training, special kind of training should be giving that what kind of instructions he will provide to the teachers, to the students in order to solve these kind of problem centered curriculum. But this kind of training is not provided in training colleges. So, ultimately this is a kind of problem or kind of a hindrance to make the problem centered curriculum more fruitful or more worthy for our students. Assessment challenges. Evaluating students in a problem centered curriculum is complicated because it means looking at both how they work and what they create. So, assessment process is very difficult, how we will assess the students in order to promote them. Because in problem centered curriculum the situation is very difficult and very complicated in the sense that looking at both how they work and what they create, because it is a teamwork. In what way they are doing, in what way they are taking the decisions, and on the basis of decisions they are producing something outcome, very difficult to assist the students, because it is a teamwork and group of members work all together. So assessment becomes sometimes it becomes very difficult that what kind of grades we giving to the students. Traditional grading systems do not even represent skills and knowledge acquired accurately. So the traditional grading system that we usually apply in promotion of our students, that you are having good marks, having A plus, you are having slightly low B plus, so and so forth. So these traditional grading systems do not even represent skills and knowledge acquired accurately. How is it possible to give the grading to the students? How to possible to assess that who has done lot of work, who has done minimum work, and what is the decision, those who are giving the good solution of that particular problems. So it is really a very difficult task, and sometimes this assessment become a challenge for the teachers. So assessment challenges are also one of the demerit of this problem centered curriculum. Time constraints, we know that when students are going to the field, they will see what kind of problem it is. They will try to make a list of the devices needed. They will try to use these devices just to collect the data. Then they will try to interpret and analyze these all situations. So it takes time, no doubt. And there is no lot of time, because teacher and students both are confined and both are having only few months, because the curriculum has to complete within one academic session. It may be in the form of semesters, but a lot of time is needed to fulfill one project on the basis of this problem-centered situation. So tackling complex real-world problems often requires more time than is available in standard curricula. It is difficult in the sense that how to complete this problem-centered curriculum within few months as the academic schedule given by the authorities of any educational institutions. Teachers might find it hard to explore problems deeply while also covering required course material. So teachers are also very much a kind of situation that what should I do, because this problems requires a lot of resources, this problem requires a lot of devices, this problem requires a lot of time. So what strategy I should adopt just to get the solution immediately? So this kind of situation also brings the teachers in a kind of confused state or a dilemma. So teachers might find it hard to explore problems deeply while also covering required course material. So this is also a kind of demerit of problem-centered curriculum. The next one is potential for superficial learning. If problems are not selected carefully, or if help is not enough, students might only look at the surface and not gain a deep understanding. Dear learners, it is very obvious to say that any kind of problem that we are giving to the student, it should be experimented earlier, that whether it has certain kind of benefit for the students or the society, or it has certain kind of relevance. what kind of contribution the results will produce for the society and for the students' benefit. So these questions should always be asked before assigning any kind of problems to the students. And along with this, it is also essential the deep understanding, that without knowing the problem into deep understanding, that is not problem to suggest, not possible to suggest, to give the solution. But due to lack of time, the students always see or always observe the superficial part of the problem, and they are not going to understand this problem as a deep understanding. So this is also a kind of demerit of this particular curriculum. And if the problem is not selected carefully and not provided the proper support by the authorities or by the education institutions, by the teachers, so what will happen? The student will just go through it to find out what is going on here and just passing through the surface of that particular problem, and they try to give the results, not gaining any deep understanding of that particular problem. So the problem solving curriculum creates a lot of problem in its implementation, that I want to say. So implementation aspect is the kind of obstacle to provide these problem and this kind of situation that is based on problem based learning. Unequal participation in groups. If you are working 8 or 10 students are working in group, so working together can sometimes result in uneven participation, where some students take charge while others don't contribute much. Unequal participation and thus this kind of assessment is not possible because the students are not participating equally. So working together can sometimes result in uneven participation, where some students take charge while others don't contribute too much. Teachers should watch and help with group interactions to make sure everyone participates fairly. So it is very essential that equal work should be assigned to every students, because few are very active, few are not taking too much interest. So how possible to assist them? How to understand that they are really understanding this problem? So it ultimately becomes a kind of demerit of this problem-centered curriculum. Cultural and contextual barriers. Real-world problems must be relevant to the learner's context. Otherwise, they may struggle to relate or engage. Because the problems differs from one country to the another, and taking the every kind of cultural and other kind of perspectives, that is sociological perspective, that differs from one locality to the another locality, that differs from one state to the another state. So how to implement this at a national level? This is also one of the problem. And real world problems must be relevant to the learner's context, otherwise they may struggle to relate or engage. In heterogeneous classrooms, finding problems that are universally meaningful becomes difficult. So this kind of cultural and contextual barriers are also obstacles in the path of implementing this problem-centered curriculum. So thank you very much. In this lecture, what we have learnt, dear learners, we have learnt that what are the merits of this problem-centered curriculum. Already studied that this kind of problem-centered curriculum provides a kind of opportunity to the learners to discover new facts, to innovate something new apart from out of the box, and it also provides a kind of path for developing critical thinking. It also provides a new horizon critical thinking, etc. And on the other hand, there are some kind of demerits also, and these demerits are that the very difficult in present situation how to deal and how to transact this kind of problem centered curriculum, because the teachers are not equipped with this kind of skills. Problems sometimes are not cannot be assigned in such a way because we don't have the resources, and sometimes the education institutions not having a kind of devices that is required to solve this problem. And it also happens that in a heterogeneous group where the students from different cultures are there, how to deal them with the kind of this situation, and transaction of this problem centered curriculum creates lot of obstacles in smooth running. So, this no doubt the problem centered curriculum is good, but considering these obstacles and demerits, sometimes it seems impossible to transact this in the educational institutions. So, I do hope and believe that you could be able to understand the specific features, merits, demerits of this problem centered curriculum. So, thank you very much for listening it, and be happy and be healthy. Thank you.